Good evening, listeners, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Fear the Queer.
Oh, a podcast that talks about everything on our gay agendas. I'm Kyle, and I'm joined tonight by, I guess, a demonic Josh? Oh, honey, here's a breath man. The head is spinning, he's throwing up everywhere.
Woo!
Someone heads will roll.
A typical Tuesday.
So on tonight's episode, Josh is possessed, and I, am not, because I'm a good Christian woman. And in the Father, Son, and Dolly Holy Spirit, I baptize you. With some holy water, honey. Actually, this is just Brita.
Too clean.
So on tonight's episode, we are continuing with our spooky series.
Spooky series.
And we are going to be talking about some urban myths, legends.
Legendary,
iconic
yes.
moments, either from our childhood or, things that we've heard online, things our parents told us.
Yes.
Spooky ooky.
Things that were told to us that we made to believe and feared growing up.
Like virginity.
What's that? Never heard of it.
Oh, honey.
I don't know her.
But before we begin, Josh, what are we drinking tonight?
We actually are drinking water.
Because
Why?
we are still having a spooky, sober October.
Well, you are.
Well, I am.
Yes.
And every time Josh joins me, he is also having a spooky, sober October.
Ooh, cheers,
queers.
Refreshing.
I love a good water.
Hydration.
It's from a Goodyear. It's from Goodyear Auto Parts. Before we get to the heart of our gay agenda tonight, we are doing another segment of Read My Rainbow Spooky Edition. Jesus Christ. I am afraid for you. I am afraid. What I love is, no one can see your face.
I know.
And he's, throwing his head back. He has, claws. He is giving you the full ooky spooky monster fantasy, and it is a monster mashup tonight.
Yes.
So, like every Read My Rainbow, we are going to be talking something happening in our queer little lives, and the other reads us for it. So, Josh and I were talking, and we thought, well, what if we did, a spooky edition of Read My Rainbow, and we're going to talk about something that happened...
Oh my god, did you hear that?
Oh my god.
Oh my
okay,
god.
so we're recording. You heard that, right?
Yeah. We just heard a scream outside Kyle's window.
Oh my gosh, she's still shouting. We have a guest tonight, and it is the haunted woman from my courtyard.
I was going to say, and it's the girl from The Ring. I forgot to tell you, I watched a VHS a week ago. I wasn't really sure what it was about, but...
Oh my god, I feel like some of our listeners don't know what VHS is. So it's like a DVD, but not...
But for poor people.
No, for people, not people... DVD, just...
I'm kidding.
Just because you're poor doesn't mean that you can't have DVD. I was poor and I had a DVD. Freaky Friday, bitch.
You had one DVD.
One DVD. We had a DVD, and it was Freaky Friday.
And we watch it over and over.
Hello, Ultimate You. It was the ultimate DVD. So anyways, we're going to be doing our Read My Rainbow.
Spooky edition.
Spooky edition. So, I swear to God.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Do you actually hear that?
I just heard a bang outside Kyle's door. Oh my god.
Josh actually is jumping. I think that's just my neighbor.
Oh god, well they scared the shit out of
I know,
me.
Josh. And you know what? I'm never afraid. Then Josh shows up, and I think that his haunted ass...
My literal haunted ass.
It's literally haunted. It's just ghosts in there.
Did you fart? No, ghost let out.
No, I just let out a ghost.
All right, so do you want to do your Read My Rainbow
I think I'll do
first?
my Read My Rainbow, the spooky edition.
Yes.
So it's not a current Read My Rainbow, but it's something that happened in my life, so it's still happening in my queer little life. And it has to do with when my mom, this is almost 10 years ago at this point, but my mom was living in this apartment, and my sister was her and my sister were not getting along at the time. It was just really tense. And my sister swears that there was always something in her bedroom at my mom's apartment. And my mom's like, you're full of it. You just you don't like me and all this stuff. And my sister's like, no, I can't stay there. So one night I'm talking to my mom and I'm trying to we're in the bedroom that my sister supposedly says has a bad energy. And we're talking about said bad energy in the apartment, and all of a sudden, my mom had this lantern thing that was hanging over the window, and it started to move back and forth. And my mom was like, "Leave this house! And she started screaming. So ever since that point, there have been kind of spooky things that were happening. Like, I was taking a shower one day, and
Terrifying.
Well, I know, for everyone involved.
Yes.
The nooks and crevices,
We're all
dirty,
out.
dirty. So I was taking a shower, and my mom's dog, Wiki, he like got out of his cage somehow and went running to the living room. So, you know, how did he get out? Ghost. It was a ghost.
It was a ghost.
So other weird little things started happening. Like, my mom said that her...
Wait, what did that have to do with you being in a shower?
Because I was in the shower, so I couldn't have let him out.
Oh.
So Ghost let him out.
Oh, okay.
Ghost Fleet.
Interesting.
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Ghosty. So this was the first time that I had been ghosted. And but let me tell you, it wouldn't be the last time.
I was gonna say, it is not the last time.
It is something that remains true to my narrative, and we're sticking to it. So other things started happening in my mom's house, and she said that, like, her Diet Coke would fall over, and, like, the chip clips from the bags would fly off, and it was just, like, real haunted.
And then
like,
someone
it was
just took the chips and put them in my mouth. I don't know what
and
happened.
it was, and it was so scary. They ruined my diet. So my mom finally, like, she was going to get a house, and she was leaving the apartment. And at this point, she was, like, full on believer. Believed that, like, something spooky and haunted was happening.
I'm a believer.
And
That's the first thing that came to my head.
It's, like, actually scary.
Right.
So my mom was like, okay, whatever energy is here, you need to stay here. You can't come with me. You know, you have to stay here. And she, like, told my stepdad, Jay, she was like, Jay, tell the ghost, like, say goodbye so it doesn't come with us. And he's like, oh, come on. And she's like, no, say goodbye. So he's like, okay, can't come with us. Gotta stay here. And all of a sudden, the light, because it was, like, big, like, cathedral ceilings at the apartment, the light in the kitchen came on. And my mom's like, oh, fuck this. And she, like, locked the door and bolted out. And, like, I've been thinking about kind of looking up if there's any kind of ooky spooky things that have happened in that apartment. Because it did have, like, a weird-ass energy. Like, it was very intense. I'm, like, a full-on believer that, like, there was something haunted in that apartment. It was just, like, not good vibes. I don't know. And then I come here, and I think everything that I touch is, like, a little bit haunted, and I'm a little bit, like, amateur psychic.
Right.
But, like, in my current apartment, I've only had, like, a handful of spooky ooky things happening. So, like, these noises outside my door, maybe they happen all the time, and I just don't even notice it because I'm watching too much Real Housewives.
Maybe. So I always thought that ghosts obviously are just, like, dead people. Like they're spirits. Yeah, and things like that. And so they have personalities, they have conscious thoughts and feelings and things like that. And I've always wondered if that's the case, maybe they just didn't like you.
Do you not? Well, what if it was, like, a negative... Wait, okay, I'm sorry. First of all...
Yeah. What if they're just like, you know what?
You thought that it didn't like me?
Yeah, you know what?
You thought that a ghost didn't like me?
Well, I mean, what if, like, it just looked at you and your mom and your sister's just like, my God, they're so obnoxious. Get the fuck out of here. And then they start swinging the chandelier like, ooh.
Rude. Rude. I think rude. How dare that ghost?
Right.
No, I think the ghost was
Like, what if
a
the ghost
benevolent spirit, and I think the ghost had some unfinished business, and I'm wondering maybe if it...
Maybe it was like a high school bully who died suddenly.
Oh, like killed himself?
Or, I don't know, something.
Like an insecure high school bully was haunting. I don't know. It was bad juju vibes. I was not into it.
He's like, get out, you losers.
Oh my God. Terrified. I was like, I was already bullied in high school, and I'm being bullied now.
By a ghost.
By a ghost. Terrifying.
Can you imagine that head? Like, not even ghosts like me.
I'm going to put that in my dating profile. Not even ghosts like me.
There you go.
I love it.
Okay, so my ooky spooky read my rainbow is actually more of a question in a way to you. Because...
I'm scared of questions. No.
Okay. So I've always been obsessed with Ouija boards.
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
Nope.
So here's the thing.
Nope.
I grew up in a small town, and my friends and I always loved Ouija boards, and we always wanted to buy a Ouija board, play with Ouija boards. We even made a homemade Ouija board one time.
You made a homemade one? Why?
What?
Why?
Because we wanted to.
How do you make a homemade one?
You take a wooden board, and then you have to like carve out everything.
The devil is talking to you.
Yeah.
I did not.
And then you have to do a ritual to make it so that way you can speak to spirits.
You do a ritual? Do you do that when you're just playing the game? I've never Ouija'd.
You never Ouija'd?
I've never Ouija'd.
Oh my god, it's so much fun.
I've never Ouija'd in my whole life. I've been tempted, but I also watch way too many scary bullshit things that I'm like,
Well, I told this story before about how we take Ouija boards to cemeteries and try to contact the dead.
No, you told me before.
So listeners, I don't know if anyone has ever told you this. So we have a mutual friend who, she also likes Ouija boards. I don't think she did as much as I did. I don't know. But she liked Ouija boards too. And when I found out about that, I was like, we need to do the Ouija board at my place. So
we need to do Ouija. It's like doing Molly. We need to Ouija.
We need a Ouija.
You want to roll?
The first thing is that we could not find a Ouija board anywhere in Chicago. Like we went to like the witchcraft store that's in Andersonville. We went to like board game places and things like that. There was nothing there.
No.
So then we found this place that where like people meet up to play like card games and things like that?
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that they also sold board games there. And Joe and I went in there one night. I just said her name.
I mean, are you allowed to say her name? I guess bleep it out if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Text her. If she says keep it in, keep it in. If she says, no, I don't want people knowing that I play with the spirits,
then
bleep it out.
We'll dub her name over with something else.
Yeah, just bloop.
Yeah. So anyway, we go inside and we're just like, this is completely out of left field, but do you have a Ouija board? And like, actually, we do. And they pointed at the Ouija board that they have. It's a supernatural edition of the Ouija board, so it has like the Winchester brothers on it.
Oh, I thought you meant like it's supernatural. I'm like, they're all supernatural.
No.
I'm just picturing them like taking it off the shelf, like blowing the dust off of it and be like, here you go. And you're like, wow, okay, we'll take it.
Right. Oh, that would have been amazing. No, it was like this like mass produced version of like Supernatural, the TV show. So it had like the two hot brothers on there.
The two hot brothers.
Yeah. And we're like, sure. So we take it back to my place and we actually start playing around with it and we come in contact with someone. And you have to do the whole ritual. You cannot just like fuck around with it.
Do you always have to do the ritual?
Yes, you have to have the candles. You have to place it on the ground. You have to have salt next to you. Everything. Yep. So
this is scary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to a spirit. And we were just like, how do you live here? How long have you lived here? Did you die in this apartment? Guess what the fucking spirit's name was?
Go ahead and tell them, Josh.
It was Kyle.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them.
Like, those jokes about like those Kyle jokes or whatever?
Oh, about like monster and shit like that?
Right, like
please.
Yeah. This was like the ultimate Kyle joke. Is the fact that we have a ghost in my apartment named Kyle.
Okay.
And hold on. And the scariest thing about that is that when we were contacting him, all of a sudden, we just heard this loud, like, creaking noise in the dark hallway that's in front of my house. Yep. And ever since then, I was just like, nope, I'm not playing in this apartment. Nope, not doing it again.
Oh, okay. So when you find out that Kyle shows up, you don't want to play anymore?
Yeah, we're just like,
okay.
We're just like, oh, sorry, we already have too many Kyles in our lives. And he already is addicted to Red Bull.
I am not addicted to Red Bull. I'm addicted to Monster.
Yeah.
I'm trashy. I'm addicted to Volt. But like, side note though. But like, when you told me when that happened, I was going through it. Like, I had woken up from a dead sleep that night, and I did not know that Josh and our friend were playing with the Ouija board, and it spelled out my name.
Yeah.
And that night, I woke up in a dead sleep, and I thought I heard someone walking down my hallway. And I was like, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
You don't listen to me. You're like, I had something scary happen, and that's just how it is. No, I had, like, a noise in my hallway, and I woke up, and I was like, who's there? And my bedroom door shut. And it was open. Do you know that?
I totally forgot about this. Yes, oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool.
No, it's not. You were trying to haunt my ass.
Oh my god, like, I would have like my legs spread wide open.
Oh my god!
Come and get it, boys.
No, I'm ghosted by enough men. I got out of bed and I, like a crazy person, I'm like, oh my god, who's in my hallway? No one's in my hallway. I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And I only told this story because I was like, maybe I'm just being crazy. Maybe there's like a wind or something that closed the door. It kind of freaked me out though. Cause I usually, up till that point, I always slept with my door open. And now I shut my door. I live by myself and I shut my door.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah. Why would you keep your door open if you live by yourself?
Well, because I live by myself, so why would I have to shut it?
Oh, but if someone like broke into your house, they could just walk right in.
No one's gonna break in.
That's true. Not yet.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Like not yet.
Okay, so what was your question for me?
Oh, my question is why are people so afraid of Ouija boards?
Why? Why?
Why?
You grew up Catholic. You know the spirit realm. That I do not fuck around. I think that part of me thinks that the devil is a part of it. And I think that the devil, I think that there are good spirits and bad spirits. And I think that with Ouija, the bad spirits sometimes overtake good spirits. Oh, yeah. And I don't fuck around with that. I don't fuck around with bad spirits.
I don't think there are many good spirits who wander the earth still.
Well, I think that, like, there's, like, ghost children. Like, kids who are, like, taken before their time. Or, like, people who are, like, murdered or, like, something horrific happened and they're, like, haunting things. Sure. I'm like, those are not bad ghosts. They have unfinished business and they can't get their way home. We sound like ghost hunters.
On this episode of Fear the Queer Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, Fear the Queer.
Fear the Queer.
Fear the Queer. The scariest thing is I can't talk tonight. I don't fuck around with it. I think that there is some kind of nasty forces that are coming for you. And that is why I don't do it.
Your insides are dark and nasty, and that's why I don't like you.
Tatiana.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever fuck with a Ouija board, but if I was to fuck with a Ouija board, I do think
you'd be the bottom.
Bitch, I'm verse. This Ouija board is going to have to verse it with me.
Yeah. And now, to get into the heart of our gay agenda tonight, urban legends.
Girl, I am so scared already. I am scared. You've brought up, that's just a hairball. What is that? What does that sound? Oh my God. I am shook. We talked about our fears last week, and now I'm still afraid.
And now we're talking about urban legends. Oh, I love spooky season so much. Oh, it's so great.
So what kind of urban legends did you grow up with?
So many. First of all, there's the great...
many.
Well, first there's the great 1998 version that stars Rebecca Gayheart and Tara Reid and some unknown actor named Jared Leto.
Enjoyable. What an enjoyable film.
It is. It's such a great film.
Actually, that film, I learned more about urban legends because I don't really know a lot about urban legends.
Really? Oh my God, I had so many growing up. Okay.
I didn't grow up with a lot of urban legends.
So I'm going to start off with one that actually was just based locally in my hometown. Mm-hmm. So there is a place in my hometown called Moose Pond, and it's basically just like this big pond that freezes over in the wintertime, and you can
ponds do.
Well, you can. No, I was gonna say
it's a big pond, and it freezes over in winter.
I was gonna say it's shallow enough where you can actually like ice skate on it and things
something
like that.
Shallow. I understand why you like this.
Yes. He's so scared that he just.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared that I am projecting, not astral projecting. I'm projecting like anger because I was
gonna say I wonder what that smell was. Apparently, years ago, the legend is that on Moose Pond, a boy was ice skating and he fell through the ice and drowned. And so every December 23rd at 8:47 p.m. specifically, if you go out to Moose Pond, legend has it that if you listen very closely, you can hear the pounding on the ice of him screaming, trying to get back up.
Have you heard this?
So we've never done it on December 23rd.
Okay, well then you don't know if it's real.
No.
You don't know the truth?
No, I do not know the truth.
The truth is out there.
Yes. So.
Oh my God, did you hear that again?
Yeah.
She's scared too.
She's like, shut up!
Well, oh my God. Is that a dog?
I think that's a dog. There's some,
oh my God.
There's some bullshit happening outside.
This
might be our last podcast tonight.
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So anyway.
It keeps barking. Shut up. We're trying to record a goddamn podcast.
So anyway.
It's the Wolfman.
Right. So anyway, every time that we went out to Moose Pond, we always wanted to go out there to like hear the pounding.
And you go out on the 23rd. Mm-hmm. Okay. Of December.
Right. But
right before Christmas he died. Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
Also, But, you know, if I was to make up a ghost story, I would, you know, do something like that.
You should do it around the holidays. If it's a good time to die and haunt someone, it's around the holidays. So that is an urban legend that was happening in my town. And I've never done it myself. I was too chicken shit. We've always gone out there to, like, be around the pond around winter time.
Would you go ice skating?
No. We would actually bring the Ouija board out there.
Girl!
We bring the Ouija board, we put it near the ice, and it'd be at nighttime, and we'd be like, try to contact him.
When you're like doing a Ouija board, do you feel it? Do you feel like the power in your fingertips?
So it's sort of like meditation in a way. You're supposed to like let all the energy flow through you. You gently place your hand on the cursor itself, but you don't like try not to move. You don't even think in a way. You kind of just have to let your body like. You. Yeah, exactly. You just have to let your body just melt and meditate.
Oh, so it's easy for me.
Yeah. And then slowly but surely, if a spirit wants to come in contact with you, it'll start moving. Now, granted, we've had times where nothing happened, and we're just like, okay, well, whatever.
I don't know if I can like let myself go enough to do a Ouija board.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I think I'd be like, you know what? No, this is bad. There's going to be something coming inside of me. Well, now that's just me. That's my ass trying to project.
Astro project.
I don't know if I've had any, like, where I grew up, there wasn't any kind of sort of, I don't know,
no,
like
urban
legends. It was mostly my parents like just telling things to me. Like my mom was always like around Halloween, like, oh my God, be careful of poison and razor blades and the candy. And I was like, girl, I don't want to go trick or treating anyways. Yeah, for Halloween.
Okay. They're just talking about like in general. I'm just like,
well, like in general. She was like, don't eat the candy, which I'm not like a big candy person anyways.
No, some people like will snack on shit all day.
Oh my gosh. Like, and then great teeth.
Yeah.
Great teeth. I think they're flippers.
Right.
You know, like the little, like, what toddlers and tiaras that got the flippers for the mouth? Mm-hmm. Because they're always missing goddamn teeth.
Right.
Oh, my word.
So your mom actually believed, like, the razor
Oh,
thing.
my God. She believed it so much that when 9/11 happened, #never forget, she bought me pudding. And I was licking the pudding top, and she was like, don't lick the pudding top! And I was like, why? And she was like, there could be anthrax on it. So first of all, she will deny it to this day that she ever said that.
Why would you
buy it in the first place if you thought that there was anthrax on it? I mean, come on.
Also, why would it be on a snack pack?
I have no idea. Actually, it was the off-brand version, so it was the pack snack. Yeah, so, you know, definitely, if you're going to put anthrax in something, it's going to be off-brand. Yeah,
off-brand version of pudding.
Yeah, which, oddly enough, was my nickname in high school. The off-brand pudding. Yeah, off-brand pudding. Off-brand pudding. I'm like, hey, guys. No, it was just like my mom. I don't know. She was like really nervous about that.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
Really?
She'll deny it to this day that she ever said that there was anthrax on the pudding lid, but she definitely did.
Oh, yeah.
She totally did. My sister and I will also confirm that.
Well, I mean, there's also been like things where it's like, don't lick like letters or anything like that because there might be anthrax. Literally like an envelope.
Oh, an envelope.
Yeah. Don't lick a letter.
That's what I was just like, letters?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Don't lick an envelope, shall because there might be anthrax on there. But there's also like baby spiders. That's an urban legend.
There's baby spiders?
Yeah, that's an urban legend too.
What?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Like a girl was like licking an envelope shut and she cut her tongue. And the next day, she realized her tongue was enlarged. She's like, what is this? And she's like, did I get infected? She went to the doctor, and a baby spider got into her tongue when it cut.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and it like, when he cut it open, a bunch of baby spiders just fell out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. You never heard of that urban legend?
Oh, it was an urban legend.
It's an urban legend. You never heard of that?
It's a myth.
Yeah.
So it's not real.
Well, it's never been proven true or false.
So it's real.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you've never heard of that?
I never heard of that.
What? Oh my God.
A girl with spiders in her mouth?
Yeah.
That is Charlotte's Web.
That is a classic urban legend, Kyle.
Classic?
Classic.
No, I don't know. So I don't have urban legends.
Okay, well I have another one. Well,
yeah,
actually,
because I am shocked. I am shocked to hear that there was a girl with spiders in her mouth.
Right. The girl with the spiders in her mouth.
So the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if that's how you're going to connect it, but I was like, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we get there.
Right.
So what's another one?
So you've heard about the 13th floor, right?
How there isn't a 13th floor because it's like superstitious, right?
Right.
Okay.
So now, granted, I feel like this is more of a local thing that I heard growing up because I feel like not a lot of people actually heard this, but someone had actually expanded upon that story because it is true. Some buildings actually will not have a 13th floor.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. someone told me that the 13th floor is actually where witch covens actually
What?
hide. Yeah. And if you're unlucky enough, like, they might lure you onto the 13th floor one day.
But if there's not a 13th floor for you to get to, you can't get to the witch coven.
No, like, the rumor is that there actually was a 13th floor that they would close off, and then just the elevator would keep going to the 14th floor, or, like, the stairway would be just as twice as long. But apparently, like, the witch covens would hide in there, and if they actually were unlucky enough, or, like, if you're unlucky enough and you're by yourself one night and they want to sacrifice you, they would lure you onto the 13th floor and kill you.
No.
Yeah, that was a...
First of all, I would be lucky to be part of a witch coven.
I know.
Second of
like,
all...
First of all, I know, it's just like, I would love that, first of all. I'm like, take me!
But I don't want to be sacrificed.
They're like, we're at capacity.
Oh my god.
I don't see your name on the guest list.
Sorry, you're not on the guest list.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put something else in our cauldron.
No!
Okay, so maybe that is just like... Because I've heard of the 13th floor thing.
Yeah. Well, that was an urban legend that I heard growing up.
We didn't have... Oh, I do know one. Okay, when I was a kid...
Yeah.
I had this friend who I became not friends with.
Now I know this is false.
yeah. Now this is a very scary story.
Yeah.
I had this friend who he tried to light me on fire in 7th grade, so we stopped.
God.
I know, so we stopped being friends. I probably was, egging him on or something. But when we were younger, his house like backed up to woods, and we'd always like go into the woods and like how kids do and just like play around and stuff like that. And there was this big refrigerator that was just like in the woods, and there was like clothes and shit in it.
Clothes?
There was clothes. Yeah, like someone was like living in there or something. So maybe we should have gone to the police, but looking back. But we went to his mom, and his mom was just like, oh, that's just a man who lives behind the house. And I was like...
Oh my God.
And I was like, ma'am, and you're okay with that?
Right.
Like, this is your property and you're okay with a man living in the refrigerator? I guess she was. But is your refrigerator running? No, it just has a creepy man living in it.
Right.
So we
At least
always
he was kept cool all the time.
No, I always was like, I believe that. I was like, okay, so there's a man, but we couldn't prove it. But now I'm kind of thinking, like, why was there clothes in a...
How could an elevator? How could you live in a refrigerator? Because there's no oxygen
when
you shut the door.
Well, it was like kind of like it was on its... I don't want to say on its back. It's not a person. But like the refrigerator was like lying down, and the opening was like on top. Like, oh. So maybe they did... I don't know. There was clothing in it. I don't know. I don't know why there was a fridge.
How big was it?
Like a...
Like a regular fridge?
Yes, it's like a regular... What do you mean how big? It's not a mini fridge. The fuck you mean? It's going to be a regular sized fridge, Josh. It's not...
No, but like, how restaurants have like really big fridges and things like that?
Oh, no. Why not... Jesus Christ.
Well, how can you live in that?
It's a lovely, sub-zero, yeah.
I'm pointing at Kyle's fridge right now, but like, how can you live at that? How can you live in that?
Well, it was completely empty. Yeah, it was completely Dumpty. It was completely empty, and it was, like, gutted, like, on the inside. There was, no shelves.
But it's still uncomfortable.
I bet if we unloaded my fridge and put you inside, you'd be able to fit.
Cozy.
No, really. Like, I think if we took the things, like, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I think I might have issues.
How would you even breathe in there?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. But we were told that his mom was like, yeah, there's a guy who lives in that fridge in the woods.
I want to, like, go to this person's place and be like, get in there. I want to try this out. Like, do it.
We never saw the person, but there was clothes in there, so I mean, maybe
that's creepier that you never saw the person.
We never saw a person in there, but there was always, like, clothes. I was like, I'm trying to think. Okay, so like he tried.
Like, I'm just imagining like he's actually watching you guys through the woods, like playing in his house.
What if he was? No, but really, like, what if he was?
That's
like
cool.
That's kind of creepy.
Oh, but it's so cool.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so he tried to light me on fire when I was 13. So I was like maybe like 10 or 11. when we were like, no, my friend, when he tried to light me on fire and we became not friends. Yeah. He worked for a pizza restaurant, and he was arrested a couple times for stealing. So like he's doing really well. I'm sure he's listening to this podcast.
Arson.
He's what if? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, no, I don't have like a lot of urban legends, but like I guess kind of like little mythy things. When you're a kid and you're like running around, he lived in a new development, like a new suburb, so I feel like someone just kind of like threw that fridge out there.
Yeah.
Because it was just like in the middle of the woods. And it wasn't like woods,
so cool.
but it was like
have you ever like gone
enough.
have you ever gone to an abandoned house? Or an abandoned like hospital or an abandoned school or anything like that?
I'm trying to think. Like, I used to go with my friends, like, same friend. We would go, like, run around because it was like, a development, and we would go into the houses that were being built, and there was, like, no locks and stuff, and we'd walk around those houses.
That's cool.
But it wasn't haunted.
In Iowa City, when I went to film school, one of my friends, who I was so mad I never got onto their project because it was so cool, but they actually found an abandoned mental hospital. Yeah, that they broke into to film a like quick scary movie in.
They broke
Yeah, they broke into it.
You don't break into play. You don't break into no.
Oh, but it was so cool, and the film was so good. Oh, I loved it. It was so cool.
You don't break it because that stuff you're gonna get it. Like oh my god, there's this place in northern Michigan. I think it's like Mesquite, Michigan, and I really want to go to it. Or is it Manistee? I don't remember, but it's like in the UP, and it is an old like insane asylum.
Yeah,
and it's abandoned.
Oh.
And it's supposedly haunted. And the thing is that okay, so here's the thing. Long time ago in Michigan and other like places, I'm sure, Native children were being like taken from their families and like their haircut. They weren't allowed to speak their native tongues anymore. All this terrible things that the white people were doing, right? So this mental asylum was a mental asylum, but then became like an orphanage or like a school for these native children.
Yeah.
And supposedly there's a bunch of kids who are buried on that property that the nuns killed.
A bunch of kids?
Yes. Keep up. Bunch of kids.
No, I know, but like they just like killed them?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And this was going on until like the early 60s.
Wow.
I know. I really want to go to it.
We should go. We should do a live podcast.
Oh god. No, you know how far away that is? It's like
I'd go.
a day's worth of driving.
Oh, so what? We could stop in the woods along the way and see if there's any abandoned refrigerators along
the
side of the road.
you would see an abandoned fridge on the side of the road, jump out and be like, oh my god, is there any chicken nuggets in here?
Right. Is this a Culver's?
Is this a Culver's?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about like any urban legends about like hitchhikers or anything like that?
Well, you know
I was always told like don't pick them up because they'll kill you. So that was like the extent of my feeling towards it.
I mean, I never seen a hitchhiker before in my
Really?
life. No. Have you?
Yeah, I didn't pick them up.
No.
I said no.
You're like riding by on your scooter, just like, no, sorry.
No, I was like in the car with a friend, and there was like hitchhikers. It was like down a country road.
Wow, we never did that in Iowa.
And you're more country than I am, I think.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean everyone had cars. I feel like.
So there wasn't any hitchhikers. I think hitchhikers. I watch way too much true crime.
True crime.
Shoe crime. Oh god, those shoes are a crime against humanity, honey. No, right. If you could see Josh's shoes right now, they are actually very cute. I'm not gonna shade you. Those are cute.
Thank you.
But no, true crime shows. I cannot get. I think true crime has completely terrified me of everything.
You know those like old Dateline shows where it's just like they would like show the reenactments of like.
No, I thought you were going to say something else about like Dateline.
Oh no. Well, I was just saying like I remember there was an episode specifically about how this girl was hitchhiking and she got picked up by a serial killer.
But you don't.
But the weird thing is that he didn't actually kill her. He actually kept her and just forced him to help her kill these other girls.
I don't know what's worse.
Right. I don't.
Would I rather kill or be killed? Probably kill.
I would rather be... Wait, what? You would rather kill someone?
I don't know. I don't want to die.
Oh, like if it was a serial killer.
Yes.
I thought you meant like you would rather be a serial killer.
No. I would... First of all, I would rather be... I am... No. No, I think like if I... That is terrifying.
Yeah.
First of all, I will not hitchhike.
No.
Maybe. I never say never. If I'm like in France... Okay. Hear me out.
When are you hitchhiking in France?
Well, okay, but hear me out. Like, let's say I'm in like European, like chic countryside. I'm with my lover that is not real, and we're like,
I was like, this is completely
like,
made up.
well, let's say that like we're like backpacking and hiking, and we're like in the French countryside. I might have to hitchhike to get to, you know, Nice, right? That's what I call it. Like, I don't know where that is, but I'm sure. I'm like, I need to go. We need to go somewhere. We'll get picked up. They're like, bonjour. I'm like, yeah. And get in the car, ride along. I don't think they would kill me, though. I think the French are too afraid to kill me. I also don't think the French would pick me up, actually. They'd be like, that crazy American? No, thank you.
No. Yeah. Well, that is a fantasy, and I will let you live it.
I'm kind of into it. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket.
Like, I think it'd be really cool to, like, hitchhike, like, I don't know, through the countryside and things like that.
Right,
I would never...
A romanticized idea.
Right. I would never actually get in someone's car, though.
Well, then how are you hitchhiking?
You can... Well, like, you can hitchhike...
How are you hitchhiking if you're not getting in anyone's car?
You can hitchhike and not get in anyone's car. You can still walk. That's still hitchhiking.
No, that's just walking.
But, like...
That's just walking.
Is it?
If you're walking with your thumb out, but you have no intention of getting in someone's car, is that hitchhiking?
Oh my god, what if... Oh, that should be the new thing. Like, they slow down for you and just like, just kidding!
Just kidding, I'm here for the event.
Right.
No, what... You would just... I'm sorry. You want the idea of hitchhiking. So you're pretending to hitchhike, but you're never intending on getting into someone's car.
Right.
So you just want to walk.
Yeah. I just want to walk through the woods. Down a country road.
Wait, so you're so you're on a country road, you're just walking, you throw your thumb out.
You know, like the country roads that are like right next to like big like forests or whatever?
Yeah. I literally, that's how I grew up.
Oh, well, that's what I'm picturing. Like, you're just like walking along the side of the road
and you throw your thumb up when you see a truck coming?
Yeah, and then they just stop. You're just like, no, I'm just kidding. I just want to see if you actually would stop.
And that's how they kill you.
Uh-oh.
I would be so...
They run me over.
They'd be like, screw you, I have places to go.
Right.
Like, so...
Okay.
I'm so confused by that.
So we got sidetracked here. So, when you say you never heard of urban legends growing up, like, you never heard of, like, the babysitter, like, with the calls inside the house?
Babysitter's Club?
No. Like, the babysitter with, like, the calls.
I see that movie. What is it?
When a Stranger Calls?
I was about to be like, what's it called? Call me? Call me baby?
No,
call me babysitter?
Yeah. So you know about the...
Yeah, I've seen that movie, but that's based on an urban legend?
Yes, but people in my hometown actually told me that it's a true story.
People in your hometown are fucking liars.
What? And we also were obsessed with, like, scary things.
Why?
What?
What? I don't
know. I think it's just...
I love it.
I don't know if it's just, like, a small town mentality where you're just like, oh, I really like spooky things. I'm gonna, like, lie and talk about this stuff. I don't know. And make it up and...
I'm gonna lie and talk about this stuff.
What? You know how, like... I don't know.
No, I don't know. Explain to me your hitchhiking story again. I can't get over that. I want to hitchhike, but I don't want to get in anyone's car. So you want to walk.
Or what if you got in the back of someone's car?
That's hitchhiking.
But, like, not...
Or
like,
a Lyft. Or an Uber.
Right, but not... I'd like to hitchhike through the woods. Calls Uber.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need, like, some semblance of, like, truth. Oh, my God. I have an urban legend for you.
Okay.
The Dog Man of Michigan.
What?
The Dog Man of Michigan. It's a real thing. So okay. I don't remember exactly, all the details, but supposedly it's in Michigan folklore. The Michigan Dog Man was allegedly witnessed in 1887 in Wexford County, Michigan. The creature is described as a 7-foot-tall, blue-eyed or amber-eyed bipedal canine-like I can't read. That's a scary thing. Canine-like animal with the torso of a man and the fearsome howl that sounds like a human scream.
And there's a picture of just trees,
which actually looks like how I grew up. Isn't that scary? Kind of spooky. But I remember hearing about this, I think from my friends Cassandra and Julie. So my friends Cassandra and Julie, they have a podcast called Ghoul Gals. Check them out. And they talked about this. And when we first heard about this, we were like, okay, we need to kind of like look up where the Dog Man might present himself. So we're all up north and we had the door open. And all of a sudden, we're talking about this. Guess what walks through the door?
Dog Man.
No, a dog.
Oh.
And actually, I screamed Oh my God, it was so scary.
Like an actual dog?
An actual dog walked through the door, and he was just lost. And he was very cute. But yeah, no, the dog man, that's folklore.
Huh.
That's a folklore for you. And I guess like there's like some connection to a radio channel. But it all comes down to kind of like, oh, it's just an April Fool's joke. But yeah, so there's the dog man.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of. So I don't know what the dog man is.
I'm like looking at any urban legends in Iowa, and basically it's all just like people dying. There's nothing cool in Iowa. I want a dog man.
Well, Michigan's pretty cool. I'm just saying.
Okay, so you heard about those, but you never heard of like the famous ones. Like you never heard of.
I've heard of like Bigfoot, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster.
Those are real.
I'm not saying they're not. As you just said, I'm getting so serious. As you just said, urban legends are based somewhat in truth.
That's true.
So like Mothman. Did you know a couple years ago in Chicago, supposedly there was Mothman sightings?
Really? Wasn't there like a cheetah loose downtown?
I think that was real.
Right?
I think there was animals that escaped from the zoo one time.
Yeah, and they like were found downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that was real though.
I remember hearing that. Well, I mean, the great thing about urban legends is that it's just like a great form of gossip.
I do love gossip.
Yeah, like it's just
Gossip
like a
is great.
fun way to gossip. Just like, did you hear about this? There's a true story about this and this and this.
Okay, well, what do you think of the Mothman?
I think that's really cool. Oh wait,
Do you think it's real?
sorry. Which one's the Mothman?
Mothman is okay. So it started in West Virginia, and it like someone was driving down the road, and basically like they see this giant like moth-like thing with red glowing eyes, and it like flew out in front of them, and they like forgot everything. I think there's like some other like little.
How did you forget everything?
And that's the Mothman.
Long story short, we just went through a whole bunch of urban legends that we grew up with, which apparently
I
Kyle.
guess I didn't realize I actually knew some urban legends.
Right, I was like, you had way more than you said you did.
Surprise!
Yeah.
The urban legend is actually that Kyle doesn't have anything, and then reveals that he does have things. That's the legend.
That's the legend. Lady.
The legend of Kyle. The legend of Kyle. He actually thinks he can't talk about things. No, I got things to talk about. I forgot about the dog man. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I forgot about the dog man. I forgot that there was the dog man. But you know, like that's not real, right?
I don't know. I always love kind of like letting myself half believe it because I think it's just fun that way. Like even if it doesn't logically make sense, but it's just like, well, where would that come from? You know,
life is more fun with like weird, unexplainable things. I do like it better that way. Mm-hmm. I think we started this podcast out feeling kind of spooky, and I'm ending feeling kind of spooky. I'm going to need to watch some Real Housewives after this because I'm a little freaked.
I kind of want to watch the Blair Witch Project when I go home.
Oh, why?
Oh, it's just
Well, you have a dog next to your side. You have protection.
But
you know what I have here?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right?
I got nothing.
You got to keep your doors wide open and
got-
let the ghost right in.
Well, with all the sounds coming in while we're recording, I'm kind of freaked.
I don't. I love urban legends. I think they are so much fun. I think having a little bit of self-awareness to be like, I know this isn't possible, but like it's still kind of cool to believe in it. That's what makes it fun. And that's
But what if it is possible? What if it is real?
Well, I mean, a lot of the urban legends I've always heard kind of seem possible.
That scares me. Mm-hmm. I feel like last week's podcast about our fears and this week's podcast about urban legends I'm blurring the lines because I'm scared of both.
You're afraid of urban legends.
I'm afraid of urban legends.
Well, there's the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle's afraid of urban legends.
I try to block it out.
So, speaking of which, if you've ever heard any urban legends that you'd like to share with us or, give us some of your favorites, let us know in any of the comments on our Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave comments, leave ratings, because we want to hear more about any urban legends that you might have grown up with. Because I was shook about the dog man. That's cool.
I forgot that I knew that. I like that I brought something to the table this week.
Yeah.
Finally. It's going to be the legend of Josh Bonney in a little bit here.
Right.
No, I forgot about the dog man, and then I remembered it, because this is like 2 years ago that I first heard about it, so I was an adult. I didn't grow up with the dog man. But the dog man, I guess, grew up with me.
Yeah, I did.
That's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
There's the dog man.
Ah!
So please contact us if you'd like to. And yes, subscribe and rate on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud, because that's how people are able to find us and hear us talk about queer things.
Yes, the spooky queer things.
Spooky queer things.
Are there any queer urban legends?
We'll have to find out.
Because we didn't talk about anything queer tonight.
Us talking is queer, Josh.
That's true. Anyway, so as always, ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Fear the Queer.
Ooh.